Poro, 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 poro. Hello? Hello? Bam, 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 bam. Poro, 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 poro. Hello, hello, hello. I think I'm ready. Hello everyone, good evening, good afternoon, welcome to another stream of Plane Shift, where we build our game. Yes. Did you visit this city, by the way, or not? This one. Did you find it in game or not? You should go and search it. Go and do it. Hello, hello. How could a song be this good? Yeah, I agree. I agree. Pam 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 pam. Pam 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 pam. And if you want the whole set of songs, you can become a Patreon. And on Patreon, there is the whole CD. There are 20 songs. And there is also the cover, the CD cover, the CD back. And you could, in theory, even print your own CD, you know, and keep it in your library and saying, hey, I have the CD of Plane Shift. I know a CD these days is not really, but, you know, why not? Okay, so we are working on gambling. And, by the way, I don't know if you were here the last time, but the error of the imports, right, was because I just mistyped a class name. So that's why. It was just a mistype of a class name, so it was nothing special, but fixing that and then it compiled. Yeah, so for gambling, there is our short plan. Now, there is more than this, but there is the short plan. So what we are doing is we are trying to have the NPC generated randomly and having the NPC respond with a script, right? And it is actually done, right? We did it the last time, so it is done. And this one, yes, this one we basically have it as well, right? Because it's this start minigame. Actually, we renamed it. Is basically start minigame because we want to pass as a parameter the type of game and the item location, right? So. But pretty much this is done already. Now this one we didn't do yet because it's more of a nice to have, right? Nice to have is that the NPC can actually speak about the game itself, maybe explain the rules or things like that, right? So that would be nice, but it's not immediately required. So I would actually put it probably here at the bottom. Now here we have there are a lot of very nice songs in our game. They all been composed for us, right, in the past. So again, if you want to have them all, you have two ways. Or you download the old game that you can find probably somewhere. I don't know where, but you can find it. Hello, who joined? Hello, streaming YouTuber. Hey, thank you for the subscription on YouTube. Hello, hello. So you could just download the old game, right? And the old game has a folder where you have most of the songs, maybe not all, but most of the songs. Or you can become a Patreon and there you have it all. Exactly. Okay, so Add a new script to start the minigame. Yes. What is the difference between... because there is a new script trigger. Yes, exactly. There's a new script trigger. Yes, this one we did it. The script trigger is called minigame, actually. And there is the script tag, let's call it trigger or tag. Maybe tag would be a better script element. It doesn't fit. Shit. Yeah. Exactly. No. You serious? How big is element? Yes, and this one we called it start minigame, right? I mean, just if you want to document what we did, I think start minigame also will not fit because it's too long. But we have named it, yeah, start minigame, right? So that is the new script that we are using. You may say, why use pictures and not text? Well, I use pictures because I don't know, I like it. So this one we did, this one we did, this one we did. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, let's switch the music as well. So this is also done. Now, what we are missing, so basically at the moment, we've done up to here. Now, the two next items are really the big ones, right? Well, also this part was not small, but these are still kind of big because we need to add the possibility to bet in the minigame. And we need to have the ability for the NPC to actually register into the minigame, right? The problem we have is that at the moment, the minigame session is designed for players. It's not designed for NPC, right? And I have to understand now NPC are PS characters, right? So in theory, I could add the NPC as well to the minigame. And this is, I think, the first thing that we're gonna try, right? This is the first thing we're gonna try. So that we this is basically when we start the game, right? Because it's a mini game OP, and so we will try to add the NPC and see what happens, right? So in theory I should do this, but I should do it what? I should do it with a session. Because if I go minigame manager add player, that will never work, right? So the question is, how do we know the session? Is this thing returning the session? No, it's not. But this in theory should create a new session, right? Check minigame range. Yeah, it's creating a new, well, get session by ID. Find an existing session or create a new one. Yeah, exactly. So this is the session that is created. And he's creating the session by what? By item ID? By item ID. By item ID. Okay. But I think it would be nice to return the session, no? get session by ID. Let me see what this is doing. Uh-oh. It's not creating a new one. It's not creating a new one. Why is saying that it's creating a new one? These return 0, by the way. Hello, Hula. Perhaps you can make a bug where if you fight with a rat, you can start a minigame with it. What? How does this idea come to you, Hula? During the night or during the day? Or under the shower? Probably under the shower, huh? Ah, here is creating the session. Okay. Ah, he's getting it. If he's not, then he's okay. Yeah, can we have a return null pointer instead of 0? Because this return 0 kind of bothers me, right? Okay, I think we will change this function to return the actually minigame session, because there is a start game, so is the piece that is actually. So we will change this function, right? And yeah, someone will be upset. I know already. Don't care too much about this, but handle start and stop. Because like this, we can then use our new session, right, for to add a player, right? And we will try to add the NPC and see what happens. NPC can play mini games. I said all NPC? Well, all sentient one. No, at the moment is only the new generated NPC because we switched. You remember that you suggested that it should be generated events, and so I did it that way. It was a good idea. I did it like that. I don't know exactly what this will do, but let's see. Let's just recompile it. I don't want to think all this thing through. I just want to test if it works and what it does. But in theory, yeah, depending on the type of game, right? The only thing is that yeah, because it could be he's trying to send the game board to the NPC. He's trying to send the game board to the NPC. True. No, I think in that case we can add the NPC to the session, but this is just to have his name on the right. Just to have just to know which an NPC is connected. But then. I mean, this will obviously fail for the NPC, right? Yeah, because this will fail. This get PS controller will be empty. Will be null, right? So this will be null. So we cannot send the initial setup to the player. We cannot. I mean, we can, but only if he's an only if he's a player, not if he's an NPC. So let's say that here. Set up current sensor, current setup to watcher. So let's say that an NPC cannot be a watcher, right? So in theory, from here down, right, is useless stuff if he's an NPC. Receive second player. I don't understand if here we are doing this one we have to do actually. Because basically here we are sending this player to all the other players, including I'm not sending it to myself, but I'm sending it to the other now, and I don't think an NPC will be able to play with another NPC, right? So I hope you haven't to delete the Tavern Bard. No, the Tavern Bard is always there. We keep him, we keep him, we keep him singing. Uh-oh. What the? What? We don't have the pointer to the player ID? Are you serious? No, it's impossible. Player ID. It's called player ID. What? It's called player ID. Can we refactor this? Can we name it player or player actor? Or player? Because player ID is pretty bad. How do I say substitute? Okay, hopefully it worked. Yeah, it's not player ID, it's player. This line is kind of funny. Look at this line. A new player is player. Yeah, but it's exactly what it is. Okay. Okay, so this will allow basically the NPC to connect to the minigame. Now we have to understand how this works, right? So do we need the player to start first always or not? I would say yes, right? Because having the NPC start first, I think, is not an easy thing to do. So the player will have to start, right? And the first thing that he will do... Now, we don't have any rules at the moment. We don't have anything, right? But what we like to do, we would like to... right, yeah, this is because we would like to... Yeah, I forgot to return the session at the end, by the way. So let me see, when the player is actually throwing the dice, right? I think we can do it directly when he's... So it is when he's adding... It is where he's adding a die to the cup, right? It is when he's adding a die to the cup. And this is where he's rolling. Exactly, validate minigame rules. This will crash like a boss. Bah, bah, bah. Bah, bah, bah. It's a very crazy song. Very crazy song, but pretty fun. It's a very funny song. I think here we can say that if you are playing versus another player, you decide the rules. But if you are playing versus an NPC, the game is based on the actual game rules, right? That we decide, right? So at the moment, let's say. So here we will validate rules in player versus NPC, right? How do I know that I'm against an NPC? Well, I think we should flag it in the session. I think the session should probably have a flag, right? To say if this session is an NPC session. Which in theory is if NPC object is not false, right? Yeah, exactly. So we have it already. So we don't need the flag. We can just check that NPC object is not null, right? So if NPC object is valid, then we are in an NPC player to NPC game, right? And so in this case, for example, let's just make an example, right? That you can only play 3d6, okay? So the rule is only 3d6, just as an example, right? Only 3d6. And I think we need a message somewhere, but fine. How do I know? Well, we have this, but I also need to know how many are already dropped, right? I think I have the dice type. Dice type is oh fuck, it's not enumeration. Is an int? No. Why is an int? Fuck. Okay. Well. Why is an int? Anyway, 0 is a d4, 1 is a d6. Kind of annoying though. Kind of annoying. Very annoying. So I have to do if equal to 1. Oh my god. That is so annoying. Can I change it now? Well, in theory I can, but if I change it, I have to change it also on the client. No, I want to change it. Come on, we cannot stay with an integer for a dice type. Come on. It's so bad. I will change it. I will change it, guys. It will become a new enumeration. So now we will have to change a lot of stuff, but it's fine. Can this be a class, by the way? I really like classes so that it's forcing you to put the, right? But I have to, I need the, do I need the, in the enum, do I need the generate body? No, No, but I need this. Well, I think this is by default though. It is probably by default. So we will have it. We will have a. I mean, we should have a none. Well, if I put a none now, I'm going to do a mess because d4 is 0 and I have to change everything, right? I have to double check that is really the way it is, but it should be this way, right? I think it is this way. Boom. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I want to use it this way because otherwise it's too annoying. It's too annoying. Available dice types. For example, this one as well, right? Anyway. Yeah, a few things will change, but they are not a million places, right? It's not used in a million places, so I think it's reasonable. Can you do it this way or no? No, you have to do it this way. Yeah, but it's better, right? So we have it clean. We have it clean. Okay. Now the client side will break, but we will see. We will see in a second. Okay. So now, yeah, now we are here, right? So 3d6. Yeah, the problem we have is that I think we never managed. An error in the mini game, right? So I don't even remember if we are sending, because you see we go ulog, right? We don't send to the client any feedback about the mini game. It's just seeing the dice rolling and things like that. So we have to decide if this is different from d6, right? What do we do? How do I know how many dice I have already? Mini player dice dropped. I see. Mini player dice dropped is and by the way, this should be done before everything. So if I use my mini player, die position, I think it is just incremented, by the way. I think it is just incremented. So in theory, the size of this is telling me, right? So if this is greater than 3, no, greater than 2, if is equal to 3, we have to bail out, right? We have to return false. And if it's not a d6, we have to return false, right? And in all other cases, let's say that we are good, so we can continue. But what? Yeah. Okay, so this will be validating the rules in player versus NPC. I think that is enough, actually. But then there is another thing. There is another thing, which is when it does the roll, right? I think that after the roll, so you put your dice into the cup and you roll, and then when you finish, you want the NPC to actually put his dice and roll, right? So I think we should wait this to complete. I think, huh? So this is doing the roll. Send the current player the dice result. Broadcast to the other players. Yeah, exactly. So at this point, no. So if he's an NPC, right? If he's an NPC, then what the hell do we do? I think we call our minigame manager and we because here we are inside minigame session, right? I think we need a new function which is player versus NPC. Player versus NPC roll dice, right? Will be a very specific function with do we have the current minigame player? Yes, we do. So it will be, there is the player that actually yes, and then we also need the NPC. So one is the player, the other is the NPC. And I think we can actually pass the minigame player, because the minigame player is anyway containing the actual, yeah. So I think we can do this. So it can be a function like that. Exactly. So now minigame manager. Right? NPC player. Okay, so if we arrive here, I'm already happy, right? I'm already happy if we arrive here. We will see, but I think that this is... so basically what we will have to do, we will have to simulate that we rolled some dice, right? So we will have to do like... like this. Send the current player dice the result. Yeah, exactly. I don't need all of this, but I'm copying it just because I'm lazy. Just because I'm lazy. So we don't need any of this. We only need that piece. We need to roll the results. And then we need... oh, I didn't copy the part that I needed. Shit. This. No. Mistakes were made. Fuck. Yeah. Yes. So for now the max value will be 6 because we do the 3d6 mini game, right? For now we just do this. We obviously we will have to change it, right? So that is just an example, but it's just an example. So we will have then to expand the mini game, add some rule maybe, I don't know. But for now, I want to go step by step because my brain works step by step. So we do this 3 times, right? We do this 3 times. So I don't know, I can for whatever. It's not expanding a 4, no? Oh, it's expanding the 4. Yeah, we will have to do this 3 times. We do this 3 times. And we add it to this array of results, right? And then after we roll the dice 3 times, we have to... here there is a problem though. Here there is a problem. Because in theory, I will have to send the addition of the dice and then I will have to send the role separately, right? Because this is how the game works. So it's not that we are always receiving. Yeah, exactly. I think we have to send this, and then we have to send this. The only problem is that receive MG dice second player. Exactly. Exactly. No, no, no. No, 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 no. No, there should be a... What? How does he know that this is the first or the second player? I don't understand. Maybe inside die dropped is saying the number of player? No, it's not. I don't understand. Ah, because if you receive it, it's obviously coming from the other guy. Okay. Yeah, that's probably the way. Yeah, that's probably the way. So if you receive and add the die to cup. No, because no, in theory no, because I also receive I die to cup if it's me. Because I request. That is very confusing. Add the die to the player. No, I mean here we are just validating that the player exists. I don't understand how this may work. Let me open up the editor 1 second. I don't understand how do we know if this receive MG add the dice to cup is actually coming from the second player or not. Probably we are never validating the drop of a die. Yeah, that's possible actually. Which is bad though, because we should validate that you are dropping a die. So I'll probably have to change a few things here. Because at the moment we had no validation of any kind, right? So any player can drop any die. There is no rules. There are no rules. So players just decide the rules themselves, and they, in theory, they respect it. But okay. Let me see what happens when we receive this message, right? Because I want to understand In which cup, right? How does he know in which cup to put it? Other player add die to cup. So it is automatically the second guy. This is not very good though. This is not very good. Because it means that we can drop a die no matter what. No, we have to change this. We have to change this. At the moment it's not validating anything. No, we have to change this. We have to change this. Okay. Yeah. He's not asking the server for it. He's immediately adding the dice no matter what, without validating anything. That's bad. That is very bad. It is very bad. Okay, we have to change this. I mean, it's fine. Okay, so what changes we need to do? When you press to roll a dice, right? Interesting. Isn't this exactly the same as this? It looks like. So why we don't use the MG dice dropped as a parameter here, right? So that would be a better idea, I guess. The difference is the die position, but the die position we don't really care, because if this function could take this, right, we can pass it to the server and then we can come back with the same answer that then we can pass to this function and actually spawn the request MG add die to cup on PC. Okay, let me do this. Maybe a bit. So PSMG dice dropped. PSMG dice dropped. PSMG dice dropped. Okay. Compile. Break. Boom. Okay, now this becomes. Oh, they are intersecting. just to be nice. So the SM type is the last one. The material is the first one. And the dice type is the middle one. Okay. And the alternate material is this. Okay, so now we can remove, right? Now we can remove all these parameters here. And so we can use just this function, which is just this struct, right? That I really prefer. Because with that structure we can then just we will be able to reuse it, right? When we come back from the server with that structure. So this spawn dice in cup will actually become I mean the target okay, but anyway, I want to go server side, right? I want to request to add the die without adding the die in my client. And this request will actually go server side. Now, do I want request add die to cup? Request MG. Request MG add the die to cup, right? Request MG add die to cup. Okay. Exactly. Exactly. And here we will broadcast also to ourselves. Right? Because, yeah, there is, so I want to do the validation before broadcasting to myself as well, before actually dropping the die. So this player different than pawn then is no more, right? Is no more a thing. Okay, so we broadcast to both players. So here you will see, so here you will receive the MG add the die to cup. The only problem is now I need to know if it's for me or if it's for the second player, right? So this function needs to have a new exactly like this one, right? Like this one, first player or second player. And in this case, if just what I deleted, but anyway, just what I deleted here. No, yeah, that. It's me, Mario. So now is this working only for yeah, for players and not for watchers? Yes, because watchers are actually separate. It's me, Mario. So is me or is the second player, right? Okay, so now this function will actually... Now here for the watchers doesn't really make any difference. Add the player, the watcher needs to know. Yeah, exactly. How do they... Oh. True. Good question. So it's not always true, huh? How do we know if he's the first or the second player? Because many player has an ID, I guess. There should be a player number, no? Player position. Player position on the board. No. Is the player position what? 1 or 0? It's an integer, so we don't know actually. I think that for the watcher it may be wrong. But we don't care, at the moment we don't have watchers. That I don't know actually. Okay, but now we know if he's the first or the second player. We receive this side. Yeah, now it's way easier, right? No. So we don't have to do that anymore. We just do this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of a significant change because we are basically changing the way we send the roll of the dice and the visualization for the first or second player. So with this we'll have to be tested a bit, but I think at the moment I'm not doing big damages. I mean, it should work. So actually this will tell if it's me or if it's the other guy, right? And probably each player should know his position. At the moment I think it doesn't know if it's 0 or 1, but anyway, we have true or false based if it's me or if it's not me, so it should work in theory. Okay, so we are recompiling, and then I want to see then on the blueprint I will have to say if yeah, we will have to split this function in two, right? If it's me or if it's the other guy. Send the current player the dice result. The point is that we will have to wait a bit, right? I don't think we should do it instantly, because this will basically do it instantly. But it's fine. We can... mesh type. So this will add the three dice to the cup, and this one will send it. I think here we need to implement a sort of a delay. We cannot, right? We cannot run it instantly, right? So we probably have to create a timer for the dice rolling, right? That is just adding a delay, and then he's sending this, because otherwise it will look completely unnatural. So you will see the 3 dice is dropped in, and well, I don't know, maybe not, maybe yes. I don't know how it will look, but it will be executed immediately. So probably you will not even see the dice getting added. Oh. Yeah, true. And unfortunately, that's it. It's not the best, but that's it. For now, for the watchers, we will do it like this. Now the watchers may be broken, but it's fine. We don't care about them at the moment. Oh, my face is stuck. It's never stuck in a normal position. It's always stuck in a weird position. Okay. Okay, so this is generated. So let's go editor. And now we have to split, right, the cases where is my cup or is the cup of the enemy. Right? Okay, so now when from player controller we receive we receive MG whatever that, right? When we receive this, yeah, you see there is this first player. Is first player. I think this is a first player is yeah, no, I think it's okay. I mean, obviously, if we have a card game in the future, we will have a card game. We will have to substitute this with a player position, right? Because it can be four people playing, and we need them to be in one side of the table, right? If you will. So, okay. So here we will have to split, right? If it's me. Or if it's not me. So if it's me, if it's me, we do dice mini game, spawn dice into cup, right? Spawn, no? Dice, whatever. In the BP spawner though. Good point. Wait. Their cup. Spawn dice cup. Our cup. Yeah, that's the only difference, right? The only difference is that is our cup or their cup. But this needs to be done inside the... Okay. Yeah, this needs to be done inside the dice spawner, so... so let's do this. No. No. It was already doing like this? What? Or I just copied now? Huh? I just copied this now, or it was like this already? I'm confused now. Or maybe the one below is not connected? I'm a bit confused of why we had this two already here. But anyway. So let me just check a second. There was already, I think the second node was not used, right? Probably. Because otherwise make no sense. Yes, it was not connected. It was not connected. So I had the idea, you know, to do it this way, but then I didn't. I hope there is no good reason for that, because maybe we'll have to roll back what I did now, but hopefully no. Okay, now the problem is that this is an enumeration, right? While dice type became uh-oh, I didn't expose the enumeration to blueprints? Yes, I did, 100%, come on. UNUM, right? Oh fuck, blueprint type. Okay. I missed a piece. I missed a piece, but fine. I can recompile it. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. Bam, 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 bam. It's building. So I think with this we have a good piece done, right? If this works, we have a good piece done. It's obviously a bit hard-coded at the moment, right? And we don't have any possibility to bet, but at least we will have the. But yeah, definitely I need a wait event, right? But we will add the wait event for the dice to simulate the NPC just waiting, and also to allow the dices to actually be added properly. So will you gamble in game or not, guys? Or you don't like gambling dices with NPC? Hello, Fanner. Spawn dice custom BP, dice custom BP. What? Dice custom BP. Well, I can cast to integer, so we don't change all of this. Yeah, maybe. so we don't go crazy, right? So let me just 2 integer, yeah. Just do a 2 integer here, and we put it where into dice type. So we don't have to, you know, redo too much stuff there. But there was also another place, right? Yeah, see, eh? There was another place, and maybe this one actually I will change it. Why not? I can change it to dice type. Now let's see how many million places it is actually used. Oh wow. Well, that's quite a number actually. That's quite a number. Pa-pa-ra-ram. Pa-pa-ra-pa-ra-pam. Pa-pa-pam-pam. Pa-pa-pa-pam. Pa-pa-ra-pa-pa-pam. Okay, so we do all of that. Yeah, so basically we're all this one, so we should be fine actually. Should be fine. Okay, now the errors are gone at least. And receive add die to cap on client, add die to cap. Ah yes, at the end we decided to do it this way, right? Yes. Yes. And then this one is the one deciding, right, if it's one way or the other. Yeah, exactly. And he's spawning in my cup or he's spawning in their cup. Okay, nice. I think it is pretty good. In theory should work, okay? We will have to retest everything with 2 normal players because at the moment the thing is really heavily changed, but we test it. We test it, boys! Gamble 50. It's not working, huh? Why? Because Cloudbot decided to just go down. No. Is this the place? I don't know. No, it's not the place. By the way, here is where you can find all the redeem thingies, right? I think we should put this into a command. Hula, can you store that somewhere so when someone asks, we have it? That is the list of all the possible redeem. Cloudbot is actually on. Strange. In theory, it should be on. I may have had some chocolate this Easter. I also had some chocolate. You should try to get maybe the dark chocolate, which has less sugar, right? Compared to the milky one that is, I think, he has more sugar. I don't know. Or anyway, you should check which one is less sugar. Okay, let's see what happens. Drum roll. Let's see what happens. So in theory, we can play with this guy. Well, play. We cannot really play yet, but at least he will connect to the game. Hopefully, we will see. The cooking black one, 40% only sugar. Now you should go 70%. Dark 70%. No? Okay. Oh, it's the same as me. Okay, so we go... can we play a game with dice? Oh, didn't do shit. First problem is that I think the server crashed. Yeah, the server crashed. I think the server crashed. Well, not a big news. I was expecting that actually, but... receive MG dice second player. We didn't add any dice or anything, but create new minigame session dice board, add the player to the game session dice board. Because the okay, I think I understand. I think we started the game before. Or not. Minigame manager 967. Exclude myself. Receive MG dice second player. Send this new player to all other players. Huh? Okay, anyway, we can exclude this if he's not if he's an NPC, right? We can exclude this if he's not an NPC. Right? This will remove the crash. The other problem, I think, that we have to close the NPC dialogue, right? Because the NPC dialogue remains open. And how do we say that we want to quit the NPC dialogue? UI NPC dialogue, no, NPC bubble something, NPC chat bubble. Okay, so we have to close this window because this window, the only problem is that I don't know. This may not be super easy actually. This may not be super easy. WD chat bubble type WD chat bubble. Otherwise the dialogue remains open, right? And that would be pretty bad. Menu text, trigger text. I remember there was a buy something. Or leave or something. Exactly. Set is by trigger, right? Set text leave is by trigger. Is by trigger. WD chat bubble. Check for special trigger by. Clean up pending answer, close the NPC chat bubble window and restore the camera position. Yeah, unfortunately all of that needs to happen, right? Ay. How do we do this from a dialogue? Can we simulate that we press a button or not? That is not super easy. WD chat bubble leave. I think I need to add a new function inside of this, which is actually shortcutting the buy and is forcing the buy trigger. Ah, there it is. Force NPC bubble leave. We have it already. We have it already. Force NPC bubble leave. Force NPC bubble leave. Okay, we have it already, which is very good news. Receive NPC bubble force leave. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. We have it already. NPC bubble. There it is. NPC bubble force leave. Nice. This is exactly what I needed. So now wait, now I need to remember, I need to understand where I have to put it. Drop down cup. No, it was in the start, right? In the start of the minigame. Receive MGD add to cup. No. Player versus NPC, roll dice. No. Where the hell is that? Not here, not here, not here, not here. It was the minigame stuff. I mean, it's not the role. Is the start, right? Yeah, so he's actually inside NPC dialogue. No, inside scripting. I think he closed it for whatever reason. Was handle. What is that? Scripting. Scripting minigame OP. Minigame OP. Okay. Exactly here. So force the NPC dialogue, NPC bubble. Actually, we call it bubble. NPC bubble dialogue to close, right? So I need to do this. Okay. So this will force the closing of the dialogue, and then it will force the start of the mini game. And then we'll add the NPC to the minigame. I think that up to there, it should be good. Up to there, it should be good. Maybe Cloudbot or the system allows me to gamble doesn't like me. No, I think he's broken somehow. I can turn it off and turn it on again. Typical IT solution. On. Choose your protection level off. Minimum. Timeout. Cloudbot. I don't know why Cloudbot just was it gamble or was it bet? I think it was bet, no? Bet 50? No, bet probably was the roulette. No, it was gamble. And now it's working. Now it's working. If you want to use the roulette, you have bet. Yeah, now it's working again. I don't know. I just had to turn it off and on again. I mean, typical crazy IT solution. because software does not always work. Just sometimes, kind of randomly. Okay, let's try now. Let's try now, boys. Let's see. 967. 19.7 we changed it, right? Or we didn't? Ah yes, exclude myself. No, we didn't. No, we didn't change it, boys. Why we didn't change it? Yeah, because what is happening is that this is... Ah, it was here. Oops. It was here, so we did it here, right? Players only. Players only. Hey, but players only... The problem is that pretty much all these functions, right, should be players only. Yeah, this players only is important because now that we introduced NPC in the mini games, they may mess up things quite a bit. By the way, we have 3 commissions ongoing, right? So we have... let me see, by the way, if I got any news on the... The last time I spoke with this guy was when... your contracts. I have the Ilian female, right? I have the Ilian female. I have the Talat Temple. And I have one of the Fighters Guild Hall as well. When is the last time I spoke with this guy? Okay, meanwhile this finished, so let me launch it. Last time I spoke with this guy was what? I think it was a few days ago, but I mean there was Easter, right? So maybe... Oh my god, we spoke all in one day, pretty much. No. Where is the day? 18th of April. Yeah, 18th of April, so it was really just before Easter, so I will wait maybe one more day. Yeah, it was Friday. I will wait one more day before pinging him, I guess. But yeah, hopefully we have enough. Hello, Video Nomad. Already grabbed the free asset from the Fab. They are new, or we did it like 2 days ago or so. Let me check. Depending on when they expire, but I think we did. Oh, they changed that. They changed this again until 6th of May. No, this one I think we don't have. Security code. Okay. Through the authenticator. I think they just came out probably, right? Because I don't remember this ones. A post office of the 19th whatever. When it's free, you obviously select professional, right? Easy. I don't know if he's keeping track of that or what. I can add them right now. So we don't forget. Check out. Accept. How is the post office? Good or not? My feeling is that like 70 or even more, like 85% of the sale. Okay, let's do this. Talk. Can we play a game with dice? Ah, this actually started. But, okay, but now we have another problem. Okay, then when I click on the die, it actually crashes. Yeah, but the minigame started, the minigame started, which is nice. Minigame manager 1726. 1726. Mini player, get player, and that in theory is me, right? If there is an NPC, I'm validating the rules. Yep. Now my client timed out now. It seems that we are failing here somewhere. Mini player, dice dropped. Very strange that we are crashing here, right? What the hell? Array index out of bounds -1 to an array size of 0. What? Did I mess up the... What? $1,726. So it seems that this is not valid. So the die position is probably 0, and so this goes to -1, right? Why this die to drop as die position 0? Well, maybe I didn't connect something. Strange. We can check. Take the time to look at them. Yeah, I can, but I also want to continue with the game. I also would like to continue with the game, you know? Oh, that's very nice, yes. Maybe we can take... There is a cart, there is a full cart, a big cart. Maybe we can reuse the big cart, I don't know. It's a lot of... yeah, a lot of barrels. Hula, look at this. New barrels. Ah, we were missing barrels. New barrels. Easy. More barrels. Ah, there is a... This thing we may reuse in the temple. Ah, this one I may reuse in the Talat temple. As a big bench, you know? Maybe, depending on the poly count, but... These lamps? A bit too much. Oh, wow. The boat? One day we will have boats on rivers. One day. But yeah, it's very nice, actually. It is very nice. Okay, let's see. The target is like cleaning during a long hour those polygons. Ah, yes. Depends if it's easy or not. Did I miss something or what? Did we miss... Did we miss a connection? Because it seems that when we call this, our drop die whatever is 0. Right? Drop die in cup. I think I probably forgot to connect something, I don't know. Request add die to cap on PC. Okay. Request. Die position. Ah! Yeah, because we were doing it after this, right? We were doing it after this, and so the position was actually starting from 1. But now it's starting from 0, because I was getting the length, right? I was getting the length of this thing, and I was passing it as a value. Die position. So so I have to do +1. It's a bit stupid. I do +1 here and then I do -1 on the other side. But I don't want to change the logic, because if I change the logic, I fear that more stuff will break, right? Because this die position is then used in all the logic to position the dice on the board and to do the... So let's just do it like it was before, right? And now the only difference will be that if I do this, that will not crash, I assume, anymore. But when I call then the other one, which is this, yes, this, yes, this, yes, yes. No, okay, should be fine. Should be fine. Okay, let's try like this. While it's loading, let's check the second asset. The second asset is G2 Mercenaries. Okay. 12. What do I do with this? What do we do with this? Ah, poses. There are animations. Wow, so many pieces. Let me check one thing, how they do the pieces here. They substitute the torso based on... Yeah, they basically substitute the meshes everywhere. I see. Yeah, which makes sense. Okay, we can check the animations, right, of this thing. So if they are animated, how many animations there are, and maybe the animations can be good. I don't know. Animations are always needed. I mean, real game studios pretty much do everything in mockup, but we don't. Oh, the guy's already here. Already waiting for me. Can we play a game? Okay. If I put a... This one, nothing happens. Okay, if I put this one... fuck, he went on the other side. No. No! He went on the side of the NPC. If I try to add a fourth one... Didn't we say that it should stop me? Why the dices are going that side? They should go my side, no? Receive cup, right? First player. If first player is true, we put it in our cup, right? If first player is true, we put it in our cup. So why it goes into the other cup? Huh? Why? Minigame player. Pawn, I really hope is me and not the NPC, right? I mean, what? What the fuck? Why? Our cup, their cup, right? So we are adding to our cup. Huh? Spawn die for the other player. Ah, wait a second. Why these are inverted? What? Spawn die for the other player. Did I invert those two? Ah. Yeah, it's going down here. Apart that I inverted the text, but that's kind of annoying. But okay, the text I can fix. Yeah, but it went down here. So basically, first player is false. First player is false. How it is possible the first player is false? If player is different than now. Here is broadcasting. Ah, wait a second. Ah, because here is a for loop on all, well, on all the players only. We only have 2 players, right? So he's doing this for loop twice. He's doing this for loop twice, and he's checking if the current player is me, because pawn is me, right? Is the player I'm coming through here, so he's the one that requested the drop. Because there is different, you stupid bitch. That's why. That is exactly why. The second thing is that why didn't block me on the 4th? Why didn't block me on the 4th dice? If mini player dice drop num equal to 3, then return false, right? Dice dropped. Ah, because it's the number of the array. And the array starts from 0. So in reality... What? No, but it is the number of elements in the array. So it's the number of elements in the array, right? So I don't know why allow me to do more than 3. Right? Because die position is it starts with 1, and so we set position 0, then it goes to 1, then it goes to 2 when we have 3 dice, right? When we have 3 dice. Yeah, unless because maybe it was in the other cup, and so that was not added properly to my cup. That's possible. Yeah, that's possible actually. That is possible. So it was probably messing up with that. Hello, dotted fish. Gambling. Yeah. With some luck, I can lose the money. I don't have in the game then. Well, if you have no money, you cannot lose it, but getting money in our game is very easy. You just, you know, find some stuff around, you pick it up and you sell it. So it's actually very easy to get money. Very, very easy. You can get money in a million ways. I mean, you can get money through quests, you can get money by killing an NPC, killing a monster, getting his loot, selling the loot. So it's very easy. Even too easy, probably. It's too easy. Barabablam. Okay, let's try again. So what we are doing, we are trying to have an NPC play a dice game with us, okay? And unfortunately, there is a bit of infrastructure work needed here because our mini games were not designed to have NPC play, right? They were designed only to have players play. But I'm adding the pieces slowly but surely. And now our NPC actually connects to it because we can see the name. We can see the name. We can see the name of the NPC in the minigame. And now what we are trying to do, we are trying to actually roll some dice and see if he matches our play, right? And I think it will, but if I stop making stupid mistakes here and there, and by the way, these are randomly generated NPCs, so a new NPC will pop up, which is a random race, random traits, random name. Which is pretty cool. And it spawns in about 1 minute or 30 seconds, depending on when it happens, but it's usually pretty fast. It'd be nice to have a transition. Okay, here it is. So we speak with him and we say, can I play a game with dice? Boom, and we arrive here. I don't know why they are so bright, but if I put a D8, it should not be able to put it. Okay, if I put a D6, okay, now they go in the right place. Let me see if I put 4 instead of 3. In theory, it should not be possible. Okay, it's blocking me. You see, I cannot click on anything else now, right? Because the game, as we defined, is 3D6. So now I think I can roll it. And we want to see if now it's doing something. No, it's not doing anything. But in theory, it should have done something. Why it didn't do it? The question is, did we reach the point? I mean, definitely we reached the request MG dice roll. Okay. So we reached this place, right? We reached this. And from here, minigame session, session ID. I think we found the session, otherwise we would have received an error, right? Right. And now it's generating stuff, but yeah, we didn't get any error, right? So definitely we arrived up to here, and we executed handle dice roll. I think we entered into this. We entered into this. And so we did this. We send the result, yes, because actually we've seen it, right? We've seen our result. And then we do this. Fine. And then, right, in theory here, P player is valid, P player different than pawn is another player, we do this, is an NPC, we do this, right? So in theory we should have done this, but I don't know if we arrived here. We didn't have we can debug it, right? But in theory we should arrive here. And then we should send to the current player this. Yes, exactly. I think unfortunately this didn't happen. I don't know why, but it did not happen, right? But I'm pretty positive that we arrived here, right? We can debug it and see. We can do it again. But there is something... Well, it's also true that the NPC the NPC disappears. Okay, let me do something. Let me remove the yeah, because if the NPC is not valid, obviously the game is gonna stop, right? Uh-oh, everything is frozen here. Because I think at the moment, after 30 seconds, yeah, after 30 seconds, we destroy the NPC. I think at the moment we should not do this. Yeah, let's remove it completely. So our NPC will be forever. We will have the NPC go away probably when we close the mini game, right? Because this may be a problem, huh? That the NPC disconnects. Okay, I will debug because I want to see what happens here. But it's possible that the actual player disconnected. I mean, the NPC got destroyed. And so I couldn't actually go through this properly because 30 seconds are pretty fast. That's pretty cool. Something like the thing in the Kingdom Come Deliverance game where you sit across an NPC and play some board games. I didn't play that game actually, but I assume so, yes. I've seen that game. It looks like graphically very old, but in reality it's a new game, right? I mean, I'm not saying it looks like Plane Shift, but you know, it looked pretty old in terms of quality. But I don't know. Maybe I didn't see it much. But overall, they said that it's a good game. That is what I understood. It looks nice. Okay, maybe it's another one. I don't know. I remember the Kingdom Come Deliverance. Yeah, I think it's that one. There is a 2 and there is a 1. There is a 2 and there is a 1. Maybe the 1 then. Da, da, da. I get all the Italian things, obviously, because he knows that I'm in Italy. The big problem is saying. The big problem of Kingdom Come. The big problem. No, it's pretty good actually. But the way they move, right? The movement seems to be fairly stiff. Like, look at this guy, how this guy is moving, right? I don't know. Also the horses, I think. I don't know, maybe we are just too much. I mean, we are used to games that are too good, right? This is pretty nice. Also the vegetation looks very nice. This guy's explaining why this game is problematic. Okay, it's nice. I don't know, maybe I've seen the first one instead of the second. It's possible. Pretty good, but with a big problem. I don't know what is the big problem, but they say there's a big problem. The company is Stains based, okay. Like you have to block an attack. Interesting. I'm just waiting the NPC to spawn, and then we will debug. We have a breakpoint there, and we will see if this actually happens or not, right? I mean, we are pretty sure that we're pretty sure that this happens. Come on, my boy. It's on your list, okay. Did you play Baldur's Gate 3? Why is not appearing? Are we in a... Why is not appearing now? Hello? I removed the time and he fucked up, or what? I removed the time 30 and he fucked up. No. Really? Ah, maybe it's below. Yeah, because there is another location. Yeah, is here. Is a bit in the dark, but is here. Okay. Okay, I don't care about that. Okay, now I put my 3 dices. And I shake it. Yes, and you see that we arrive here, right? So we don't really care about this, apart that the current player is me. Yes, it is. We don't care about this, so we can jump directly down here. And we can see, send the current player, okay. Number of players, P player, valid player. Yeah, exactly. Player versus roll dice. Ah, it did it now. Okay. He put the 3 dices actually. This is very nice. Wait. So it actually worked? No, it crashed. What happened? No. No. Because we are broadcasting to the other player that we actually reset the game. Interesting point. I mean, when we reset the game, I mean, when we do another round, right? I think we should send it to everyone except the NPC. Yeah, exactly. Because the NPC doesn't really have... So I have to do the same check, right? I have to say that if player is player, otherwise... right. Yeah, but it actually worked. I don't know why it didn't work the first time, but I think it's because it was already disconnected. The only thing that I didn't see the dices getting rolled, right? Even if in my code I have the roll, because but it did it. It did it. He actually did it. It definitely did this. No, sorry. It definitely did this. Yes. It definitely entered into this function, 100%. And here, for sure it did this. But then it didn't do this. I don't know why. Wait. I said true here. It should be false, no? It should be false because there is the second player. Yeah, exactly. The problem is that we need to add some delay. Otherwise, I think that the thing will happen instantly, right? We need to add some delay between adding the dice and rolling. The texture on those wooden dice balls is awesome. Yeah, I like it. It's just a bit too bright. I don't know why. Too many games, too little time. Yeah, I know. Yeah, but Baldur's Gate 3, I think, is a must. I think is a must. Everyone that I speak with, they are telling me that I have to play it. I wanted to finish the number 2, but I cannot. It's too hard. The last fight is insane. I will try again, but the last fight is absolutely crazy. Even if I have very high level characters, because I replayed the number 1, the Baldur's Gate 1 and Baldur's Gate 2 when the third came out, because I said, oh, I want to replay the first and the second and then the third, right? And this is what I did. So the first one I finished pretty easy. Well, easy, I mean normal. The second one I finished as well, but then I played the expansion, which is Throne of Baal. And the expansion finished with this mega super ball spawn, that sucked the energy of all the other ball spawns existing in the world, and is immune to pretty much anything. And I don't know how to beat it. I checked a bit on the internet, there are some techniques, but pretty much, you know, it's just hard. It's just hard to beat, right? Yeah, but it's true, there are too many games. There is a problem of... it is a problem of our current century, no, of our current decade. Well, yeah, the last 10 years probably. Yeah. Too many games. There are too many games. I don't know how software companies, video gaming company can actually make money these days. I think it's... I mean, if they are a very big brand, yes, but if they are not a big brand, I don't know how they can make money. It's true there are also a lot more people buying. Maybe people buy without playing, right? So in many cases, maybe they buy a game and they did never play, but which is anyway, you know, money coming in. But this guy's trying to do something. I don't know what he's trying to do. Going for the teleport. Going for the teleport test. I don't know what he's doing. He's a demo. He's a demo NPC. Okay. Can we play a game? Okay, I put my 3 dice here. I rolled them. Ah, it did it! Yeah, it did it without delay, so it's basically happening instantly. But actually, it did it. Lutalle, Lutalle Vasene. Lutalle Vasene managed to actually win. He did 16, I did 15. Shit. Okay, if I reset, now the server should not crash anymore because I changed it. So if I go again... Ah! I didn't reset the number of dice. I didn't reset the number of dice. So I cannot go another round. I cannot go another round. Why this guy disappeared? If we said that they should not have disappeared. What? I removed the destroy. Huh? What? Huh? What? Ah, because the server crashed. Because the server... Okay, the second time is not working yet, but the first time is working. The first time is working. Array number equal to initial number, sparse array, container changed, range for iteration. What the fuck? Player controller base destroyed. Why? I don't know exactly what happened. I know, but here, sorry, no, here here is the client. No, the server I want to say. Ah, yes, the server crashed when I exit from the minigame. Ah, okay, there is probably the same problem. That is trying to send, he's trying to send the exit to the NPC like if he was a player, right? Yeah, exactly. Broadcast player removed. So we have to do this only if he's a player. But actually, you know what we could do? We could say if he's an NPC, we actually remove the NPC from the game, right? So, or anyway, we free him up and he can go away when he wants. But yes, here I need to do the same thing. I need to do if player is player, right? If player is player. And in theory should be the same here as well. Yeah. Now the watchers, I assume that the watchers are not NPC, right? Okay, so but anyway, at least he's rolling the dice, right? At least he's rolling the dice. I think it would be nice to actually have a delay, like I was saying, because I think it's a bit of a pity that it happens immediately, right? So basically this line should happen slightly after this. I mean, not much, like 4 seconds or something like that. I mean, it doesn't have to be hours, but so we can do that easily. And unfortunately, we need to implement a new mini game wait, right? Because yeah, minigame fish wait. Can we reuse this one? No, because then on the trigger is doing weird stuff, right? So minigame dice wait. Minigame dice wait. The only thing that we need to know, wait, what variables we need? We need to have the results, and we need to well, in theory the results we can no, we can have the results. Yes, we can have the results, and we just need to know first player false, nothing else, right? So this will go into the trigger. So the results is nothing else than an array like this. So, and I don't even need the actor, I guess. Well, I need yeah, I need the actor. Yes, I need the actor, which is the actual player, right? She's the actual player because I have to send it to him, right? So yeah. So we need this. And why again is saying this? Is the name that is wrong? I mean, is player that is what? No idea. No idea why he's saying that APS character is incomplete again. Like we anyway. Okay. Now we need to define this trigger, right? Similarly to how we define this trigger. Exactly. But now... Oh my god, this thing is doing so much stuff, actually. Right. So what we want to do this. Right. We want to do this. Yes. Okay, so now we have the delay, but we need to add the actual delay thingy. We need to actually add the delay. Why we have this thing that is not implemented? No idea. Schedule a delay. Schedule the roll with a delay, right? Schedule the roll with a delay. Oh my god, it's past midnight. Holy shit. I have to go, guys. I have to go. So here the parameters are the duration, which will be 4 seconds. There will be the actor that is my current player, and there will be the results. What is this? No, this is not needed. And then we have the results, right? So in theory, this should allow us to do it. Okay. With a delay. So duration float in actor. No, probability no. Probability doesn't exist. Probability doesn't exist. Okay, let me try like this. Like this, it should schedule a 4 seconds delay, so it looks a bit more natural, right? It looks a bit more natural. I don't understand why now it's saying that APS character is incomplete, right? I don't know. I hope it, I don't know. I mean, I didn't do anything special apart from copying a function, pretty much the same. So why is saying this? It's the same as this one, right? By the way, guys, our game is released. I don't know if you know it, but it is. You can go to our website, download it, and play it if you like. I understand there are more games to play than time to leave, but that's not my problem, unfortunately. It's a problem that was generated by the millions of developers that started to develop video games. We started when there were like 20 games a year or something like that, right? Now there are 9,000 games a year, so... That's correct. Like 20 games per hour. Yeah, I don't know if I've shown you the Steam chart. There is a Steam chart, I think I've shown it in the past, where basically there was the number of games per year released on Steam, right? And in 2013, it was 60 or 2 or something like that, like 60 games per year in 2013, and now it's 9,000. I mean, it's really 9,000. It's not just to say many. It's really 9,000, nearly 10,000 games per year now on Steam, only on Steam, which is not everything, right? I mean, it's true that of those 10,000 games on Steam, many are probably just demos or tests or whatever, right? Or games that will never really become games. But even if you cut it enough, right, and you keep out of 10,000, and say only 5,000 are real, right? It's still more games that you can even install, because it's like, 10 games per day, right? Just to install. So you don't even have the time to install them. Imagine to play them. So I don't know. It's a weird situation. And there are people thinking that, yeah, making video games is the way to make money. I don't know, really. If you are a small developer, the chances that your game is getting played are really, really, really low. Really low. So making the game is not the problem. Having your game played is the problem. And it's super hard. Super hard. Not just hard. These days it's nearly impossible. Yeah, some have luck, true. Maybe, you can try and say, maybe my game will become viral, right? It will become an important game, and people will really like it, and it becomes viral, and you sell, 100,000 copy. Yeah. But the problem is that so if you make it with a small game that it takes you to, I don't know, 1 year to build, then yes. But if you make it with a game that takes maybe 4 or 5 years to build, that is tough, right? Because you have spent 4 or 5 years, and then you don't realize the benefit. No, it's spawned above. So I would say it's a bit of a risky investment, is what I want to say, right? It's a bit of a risky investment. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. Oh. 4 seconds. It worked like a charm. I won, by the way. I won this time. Okay, let me try to reset and see if the reset actually... but the problem of the reset is that it's not resetting the number of dice. And so... if you ask to play twice, something bad happens. if you ask to play twice, something very bad happens. I don't know what, but yeah, probably, you know, it's not clean. It's not cleaning some variables. Uh-oh. And now the dialogue disappeared. Oh no, the server crashed. Okay, the server crashed. Okay, guys, but I think we reached a good point, right? So the NPC can actually connect to the game. And yeah, this add player fucked up somehow. I have to check what is going on. But in our list, right? In our list of things to do, we basically allowed the NPC to connect to the minigame, right? And we also managed to have the NPC roll the dice, right? Roll the dice. We also added some validation rules, right? Validation for the minigame rules. So this is also done, right? Which is very nice. Now it's very simple at the moment. It's just saying you need a maximum 3d6, right? But this is done and this is done. Now what we need to do, we need to add betting to the game. And so we need to add betting to the minigame. Also, we need to ensure that the game can be restarted cleanly multiple times, right? Ensure the minigame can be restarted multiple times, right? Without any problem. So for betting is not betting is problematic, right? Because there should be a betting phase where you bet money and then the money is locked, and then when the game ends. So at the moment we don't have a game end, so the NPC doesn't know that the game finished, right? So we need to add betting in game. We have to lock the betting when the dice are rolled, right? So you cannot change the bet basically after you roll the dice, and we need to have a way to complete the game. So we need to have a way to detect game completed. And we need to have a way to also pay pay the bet, right? So we need to detect game completed, and we need pay. Well, give and remove money. No. Give and remove money at end of game, right? So these are the things that we still have to do, right? But we made good progress. We did all of that, right? So this is actually a title, let's say. This is actually a title. It's not an item to build, to make, right? So this is the title of the thing. Yeah. Okay, so we will continue tomorrow. These are the other things we need to do. And if you have other ideas, right? If you have ideas of stuff that I should add, let me know. I think we need to then define different games, but I think we can have a game with. I think I can ask ChatGPT, but basically we can have a poker game, right, with dice. I think that would be the easiest. In plane shift, I want to add a mini game where the player can play dice with an NPC. What kind of games I can have, considering I have D4, D6, D8, D10, D12, D20 dice, and I can put into and each player can use from 1 die to, I would say, maximum 5 or 6, I don't know, to 6. Any combinations, right? So I don't know, maybe we'll come up with some ideas, right? Like high roll showdown, fast and simple, 2 players, any combinations up to 6 dice. Each player select 1 to 6 dice of any type they like. They both roll simultaneously, add up the total. I guess total wins. Okay, that's very easy. That's the one that we have already. The only difference is that the NPC should match the dice and the number of dice that you choose, right? And so on. We can read this tomorrow, okay? Dice poker, yeah, exactly. Dice poker, we can have 5 of a kind, 4 of a kind, full house, straight. I think the poker would be nice. May require a bit of work, right? But I think it would be nice. Hello, Cataleya Rodriguez. Hey, thank you for the follow. And I'm basically closing here, but I will come back tomorrow evening, 9:30 p.m. European time. Same channel, so be sure to connect. And yes, if you want to leave a follow, please do it. Also remember that our game is released and you can download it for Windows, for Linux, and for Mac. Bye. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.